going on, guys? Welcome back to the Let Dirt Fly YouTube channel. So today my dad and I heading out to Connecticut, the eastern side of Connecticut. We're actually going to look at a quad for him. And if you tell by the title of the video, yeah, it was wrecked. Wrecked pretty bad. Like frame bent, kind of bad. So it's perfect. So right now we're gonna head there. It's a 2-hour drive. We're actually been on the road for a little bit already, but hopefully we get there, everything checks out good. We got an empty trailer, and hopefully see if we come home with it. Find out. We'll see what happens. All right, so we bought it. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Well, it's on the trailer, so no matter what happens now,
it's ours.
We're either gonna make or break. So that's what it is.
So quick backstory on the quad before we get it home and everything, and show you guys what we're working with. So this quad is a 2018 Can-Am Outlander 650 XT. So it's got a lot of goodies and stuff with it and everything, but it has 71 miles on it. 71 on the odometer. That's like nothing. Unfortunately, he had it, how long did he say? 4 weeks? Not even?
Yeah.
Yep, and he ended up, his buddy says, apparently he was supposed to zig and zag, didn't zig nor zag, and found a rock wall on a tree. So that puts some images in your head before you actually get to see the quad. So right now we have like a 2-hour drive back home, and we'll have to show you this thing when we get back to the house. Alright guys, so it's actually only 1:57 right now, and as you can tell by the darkness in the camera here, it's freaking pouring. They say we're supposed to get rain today, but look at this tree down over there, Dad.
Yep, that's it.
Jesus. Yeah, so yeah, we got hit by a really bad rainstorm, so we're probably not going to get a chance to look at the quad today when we get back, but in a couple seconds we'll catch you guys tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Early the next morning.
Alright, so it's the next day here, and yeah, unfortunately yesterday we got caught in a little bit of a rainstorm there, and didn't get the chance to show you guys what we got here. So without further ado, here is my dad's new quad. And here it is.
Well, I'm gonna say honestly, I don't think it's ready to ride.
No? Why not? It says missing the plastics. I mean, that's all. So this side doesn't look so bad, just looking at it real quick.
It got torqued pretty good. Was really hoping that maybe possibility that we could do from here back and see if there's any way we can salvage the rest of it, but we don't know yet. So we're gonna start ripping it apart here in a few minutes and get it sitting level on the front here, which we don't know really what happened, but this shock here totally blew out and it's compressed. Yeah, and it won't come back up. But one thing, we started up, and it seems to be only running on the rear cylinder right now. So
yeah, she's a little angry right now.
So we're gonna see what that is. But it's been sitting for a while. What, 2 years?
2 years, yep. So the gas is crappy in it, and we went through a rainstorm yesterday. Even though we covered up where it's cracked here, I didn't realize that the gas tank's also cracked here, cracked over here as well.
Right on the top, the nut.
There you go. Yep, so the nut's broken, so water could have gotten there yesterday.
We got a little spot there.
Yep, right there.
So we're going to attempt to kind of drain it out and see what happens. So yeah,
this shock got bent here. Figure I'll show you guys all this fun stuff while we're out in the daylight. This shock got bent here. Pretty sure that the trailing arm obviously got bent because it's out of tires. But yeah, this whole top frame rail piece obviously has got to go. That thing is twisted up, but luckily enough, actually, the previous owner actually already bought a lot of the parts to fix it, but then they kind of started tearing it apart, and then they found this. So the whole frame is kind of kinked upwards, the main frame.
Right. So
they thought it was just going to be the rear stuff, but unfortunately,
I'm a challenging kind of guy. I'm telling you, that's a box piece, and I'm thinking to myself, what can I do?
You're not fixing it. He's dead determined on fixing it. There's no fixing that.
Well, we won't know until we get it apart. I mean, we can't really see down straight down the frame rate as it is, and of course it's sitting cocked because of that.
Yep.
We're going to throw another shock on, get it up, and then just kind of give it an eyeball. Probably we'll get it jacked up and sit it on something straight, you know, nice and level here in the garage, and we'll get a look. But I mean, if you look down in here kind of close, you can already see it's kicking up on this side over here.
Yeah,
ever so slightly down here. I mean, it is, the tubing down there is really thin, so we don't know. We're going to find out though, because like I said, we're going to try to see if we can get it running. That's the first thing. Make sure it runs well.
Yep.
It's gonna only has 71 miles on it, so we figure what could possibly go wrong. As soon as we got the thing running smooth, everything else looks good. We don't see any damage to the diffs, front and rear.
Yeah, the big thing is the main components of the quad, besides the trailing arm, which actually, funny enough, I actually have my old ones off of that guy there behind you that are unfortunately green, but with a little bit of spray paint, they can be made black, but they are actually the same part number, I found out. Yeah, so apparently the quad does run, but unfortunately it's only running on one cylinder right now. We're not sure why, but they did say there was a harness issue going on with it, which they actually did purchase a wiring harness already, which was really cool. So we got a lot of the parts to fix it that, as far as the rear goes, but unfortunately not a lot of the stuff to fix it with the main frame. So that's what we're gonna have to get. But hopefully it shouldn't be that bad. We're gonna find out in the next coming weeks here. So make sure you guys stick around and subscribe and everything and check it out. But right now we're actually gonna pull this thing in and see.
It's gonna be scary.
Yeah. All right, let's hear this bad boy rumble.
One cylinder wonder right there.
She's a 320. She's a 325 right now, not a 650.
Let's move, guys.
Let's move. Not happy about it. Come on, baby. There we go. So she's a single cylinder right now, but you know we're gonna fix that. So yeah, that's actually what the first thing on the agenda is. We're gonna see what's going on with that. Make sure we're getting spark and all that fun stuff, and then
we're gonna throw a quick shock on it too.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna throw some injector cleaner in there.
I got a funny feeling it's not gonna be pretty.
Nope. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, I actually have the shocks off of my quad because I just went Elka's on my quad. Actually, finally, you guys are gonna see an upcoming video on that. But these should fit for now. They're obviously a different spring rate and all that fun stuff. But this is to get the quad at least sitting straighter.
Yeah, straighter.
Straighter. But we're just gonna swap that out real quick. Dad's actually gonna get the exhaust cover off on the other side, and then
start looking. It's 71 miles, and it's not smoking when we start up, so it's got to be something that's pretty fixable.
Yeah, so I doubt it's not a cylinder.
I'm not gonna panic about any of that.
Yeah, it's probably an injector. It could be even spark plug from sitting. Could have corrosion on it. We might have to clean it up or something real quick. But, all right, so I'm gonna set a little time lapse here, and we're gonna get to work. Alright, so I got the other shock on and it's still sitting crooked, which means, oh, I already knew it. Frame's crooked. So yeah, the whole quad's definitely twisted up. That's why it's sitting odd like that. Well, I got news. Sits exactly the same. This means the frame's that twisted.
That's actually sitting on the ground?
Yes, it is. The frame is that twisted.
Well, it'd be good for racing if you were doing right-hand turns.
Yeah.
You'd be leaning in already.
Yeah.
Well, curiosity-wise, what happens when you pick up the back end with the jack? Because
it might straighten out. But the front straightens out.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out.
Yep. Alright, Dad's gonna jack it up from the back here and see if the front straightens out.
I'm not being
Yep, it's coming up. Yep. Alright, so keep going. I'll tell you when it's level. Right there. So that's set it down so that right rear tire's touching the ground, or the left rear.
That's it.
So right there is how twisted the frame is. So she's sitting level now, this way. But let's just look. We're gonna have a better view from back here.
Can you say yippee ki yay?
Now that's how twisted the frame is. If you can look, that tire is off the ground. The whole frame is kinked to the left. Really good. Well, when you're getting into it,
you know, I'm smiling at the moment, right? Because we know right now we got some fun ahead of us.
So we knew going into this that we were going to need a frame.
Is there a way of getting that tank off where we can drain it?
Taking all that off, it has to come off anyway.
All right, kind of temporary bolted back on. I would like to see it run cleanly.
Yep.
At least that would take some of the worry off my mind. So
basically right now, like I said, a lot of the rear parts they already got. They already even got the trunk plastic too. Brand new and everything. So we got all that stuff actually. Funny enough, the rear right plastic, everything's in the back of my truck right now. I'll show you that in another video. But we have all the parts, most of the parts to fix the entire rear, except for the shock. But it's actually going to get my XMR shocks, which will actually give it a little lift in the back. It's going to get the XMR trailing arms. So yeah, right now we're just going to go ahead, start diagnosing and see what we find. Why she's only firing on the back cylinder. So one thing we're doing so we don't lose all the parts is we're going to save all the wreck stuff that's bent up and twisted and everything. For now, just this way we don't lose any of the nuts and bolts and stuff like that. So everything's just going to go back the way or where they came from for now. So when we go put everything back together, we know where it goes. Smart. Exhaust is coming off temporarily because we're actually just going to start tearing apart the rear end so we can take a better look at everything. Alright, so progress has been made.
And it doesn't look good.
Yeah, we actually haven't got very far when you technically look at it because parts we've kind of taken off. Yeah, so if we come around this way now, you can see even better.
Get a looky.
If you look at the front wheels, they're level. If you look at the rear end, yeah, not so level.
It's about 2 inches up.
Yeah, oh yeah. Three maybe, yeah. She's twisted. Turns out. And this guy said, oh, we can fix the frame.
Hey, got a hammer, torch, and some welding?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, listen, it's still not off the table yet.
I don't think we're able to fix that. We kind of knew getting into this quad that we were going to have to swap the frame. I basically knew that the second I saw it, but got Mr. Optimistic over here. That's loud. Mr. Optimistic over here thinks we can fix it, but kind of know what we're getting ourselves into. But right now we're actually just getting everything apart so we can see what we're dealing with. I said I actually might want to see if we can even pull the gas tank off temporarily just to dump it out into an old jug.
Well, the funny part is once you get the main shields and stuff off, stuff is a little bit more accessible than you think. Actually, I mean, once we got the back part off here, now this stuff is like just here.
Yep. So doesn't help that some of the damage here, like this little bracket that sticks off, is bent. So we got to bend that out just to get to that bolt.
The plastic nut that holds the fuel pump.
Yeah, now you can see that now.
Hammered. So
we gotta get a tank, yeah, because this is cracked right here, and then we gotta get just a nut for that. But pump's fine because the quad obviously runs and everything like that. Cap's fine. Save $5 right there.
Yeah, but we did find a few other pieces that were broke.
Yeah, the aluminum frame supports back here that kind of hook up to the pull handle. It's cracked down here somewhere. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, she's got a nice crack in her hair. So we need 2 of those.
We're going to make an attempt to get these pieces off today because we're going to see just how bad it is in here.
Yep.
That's what we need to look at.
But yeah, so right now we're just going to get that frame support off there along with the back piece. Well, I'm bolted from the diff because the quad's probably going to be sitting here for a little while.
Yeah, as soon as we get this stuff off, we'll get right back to you. We'll show you what it looks like. I'm still thinking optimistic.
Yeah.
Okay, back to making some noise.
Yep. Alright, so we just cut the top portion of the frame off here. You see everything's shiny and new, but very bent for how old this thing is. So here is our problem with the main frame. So
Dunsky.
yeah, it twisted this whole. Let's get a better angle of it here. So you can see this all got pushed up like that and that way. So yeah, the whole section, this whole frame, actually you can see, kind of hard to see in camera, but this whole section here is literally just twisted upwards. Alright, so next step we're gonna do, we're gonna get the back frame support out. Hopefully that'll give us access to the tank so we can get the tank out of there temporarily, so we can dump it out. And then start looking at the wiring now that everything's getting a little bit more exposed, and kind of take it from there. Got the gas tank out of the way so we can actually see a little bit more of what's going on in the rear of the quad. So you can see the whole thing is just facing that direction.
That is not fixable.
No. There you go. You can see the whole thing's skadooshed to the left. You can actually see that. Look at the brackets actually got even pushed for the sway bar and everything. Yep. Yep, she got pretty good. So probably what we're gonna do now is, now we're probably going to work on getting the engine running a little better. So we're going to dump this tank of gas out. Like I said, we think we might have got even some rainwater possibly in there from yesterday. And it is 2-year-old gas, although the fuel pump is, everything's super clean. Usually when it has some old gas, some stale gas in there, it starts to stain stuff. And everything looks, so you can see the plastic and whatnot, it's still nice and white. So gas that was in there probably wasn't too bad. So we're just going to dump that tank out just to be safe. Throw some fresh 91 non-ethanol that we have up here in New York in it, just like a gallon, just enough to where
Seafoam.
Get a little seafoam in there, and then we're gonna work on trying to get this thing running better. Obviously, we're gonna stick the muffler back on.
Well, I got some Barry Mans.
Barry Mans. Hey,
I don't know who Barry even is.
Never met him. Good guy, I mean.
Well, so far not so bad. I mean, actually, most of this came off pretty easy. Being it only had 71 miles on it, every bolt come right out. Nothing stripped.
One did. One of the nutserts.
Up here it was.
Yeah, one of the nutserts on the top of the frame.
That was it.
The new piece I think is probably going to have those actually in it. Yeah, so the main reason I wanted to do this, like, because we got a good deal on it, obviously, because it's 71 miles and wrecked. But the other reason I want to do this is get familiarized with these Can-Ams some more. I mean, honestly, so far everything's looking pretty easy and everything. So it's, I mean, what we just took apart is the kind of harder part, I guess you could say, because looking at the front, it doesn't look that complicated as far as the wiring and stuff goes. Got to get the airbox off there and everything when we get the new frame, and we'll probably set the new frame right behind it here, and we'll just transfer everything right over, which will be kind of cool. So yeah, right now, let's see if we can get this thing running good now. All right, so we just took the tank off. Actually found agua, good old water.
Yeah,
a lot of it too.
Yeah,
There's probably got 3 inches in there.
Yeah, it was loaded pretty good. So we got the lines off right now, both of them.
Yep.
We got our makeshift little catch basin here, and the marshal's going to turn on the pump. And we're going to flush it out.
Yep.
And like I said, hopefully get out. We have some fresh gas in there already.
Yep, we put like 2 gallons in there. I just want to hold the fuel lines in there, and then we're gonna see what comes out of here. You ready?
Yep, not totally.
Pressure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, crank it for a second.
Go ahead. Here it comes. That looks a little better.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to do we have anything clear? A clear jug or something we can get a good look at it. Oh yeah, look at the bottom, guys.
Well, don't forget the buckets, really.
Yeah, the bucket's pale, but you can see the water. They clear down the bottom here. See
milky looking.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna try this again here. It's gonna be kind of hard because you're gonna have to try to hold both lines really close in there.
All right.
Good.
Yep.
Still a little milky looking.
All right, go ahead.
Ready?
Yep, go ahead. Okay.
How are you looking now? Still a little milky-ish looking.
Yep, a couple drops in there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
How's it looking? Pretty yellow? Still a little milky looking, but it looks mostly yellow though.
One more time.
One more time.
Well, I'm going to do it until I don't see any water at all, so.
This is the smartest thing about hydraulic. I'm surprised we
All right, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. All right. I can see it better out here in the light.
One more time.
Yeah, because I want it all out, so.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay.
Alright, we're just gonna throw the. Oh, hang on, we're dripping gas all over the engine. That's
We're going
helpful.
to get the injectors hooked back up here.
Yep.
I told Marshall we might have to pull the injector, but we're going to see. Maybe it'll push through.
I'm hoping it will.
It's new enough. We think we're just a little. Well, here I go with that wishful thinking thing again. All
That
right.
should be it. It's got extra gas on the engine, so if it bursts into flames,
Yep, we're just going
Good
to
to
let
go.
go.
should probably open the door here real quick. Alright, it's gonna crank for a minute probably. Oh yeah. It helps.
about that,
It's
guys.
still in one.
I was going to change the plug. Never got to that.
That usually.
Good old dad. Okay,
Hey,
here we go.
my
Try
backfire.
this again.
There it's two. There we go. Gotta let it clear out the injector here. That's two. There she is. Woo. Got it.
Smile, Marshall. There you go.
We got a little worried at first there, but just water in the gas.
Good. Nice clean and soft. Alright.
Got a little black smoke burn off the fuel we just dumped in there.
Alright, that's all.
We figured it was gonna be good. We wanted to make sure before we ended up putting all this money into it, go to put the engine back in, it doesn't run.
Now it's good to go. We're gonna order that tank. And we're gonna order
New gas tank, new frame, and then the fun will ensue. It's gonna be quite a few episodes. Probably what we're gonna do is it's probably gonna be a couple weeks till you guys see us again because, well, it's whenever we get the frame in, unfortunately. But yeah, once we get the other frame in our hands, that's when we're gonna really start to go crazy on this thing and get her good and everything. Alrighty, so quad is running, and we just let it run for a little while. We didn't let it run all the way up to temperature yet. Didn't check the fluids and stuff like that. Minnow has oil in it. Made sure that wasn't milky because of all the water that was spraying out of the injectors, but that'll look good. Probably when we put it in a new frame, because we're probably gonna drain it down to take a little bit of weight off when we go to pull the motor. I don't think it's gonna help much, but probably just gonna do a fresh oil change because it still has the brake-in oil. I forgot you told us that. Still has the brake-in oil. That's how many miles are in this thing. Actually, yeah, if you guys want to see it, check it out. It's still lit up right now. 71.2 miles on the ODO. She's still fresh.
Well, that's good. Like I said, now we just got a lot of wrenching.
A lot of wrenching, a lot of just waiting around, unfortunately, for getting the new frame and everything in.
Well, we still got a couple days worth of just stripping this. I mean,
Oh yeah.
well, actually, probably a whole week because of our work schedule. So,
Yep.
but
I'm gonna see if I have my trailing arms that came off my quad. They're green. Probably gonna get those out, sand them down. We're just probably gonna do some satin black paint to kind of match what they got there.
no, I'm gonna leave them green. I'm gonna leave the shocks green too.
The bumpers are red. What are you trying to go for the Christmas ride? Green and red?
I could.
It's gonna be a seasonal ride. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and order a frame tonight. We're gonna go ahead and order a tank tonight, and I just need to grab a tie rod for the right or left front here because you can see. I don't even know how that happened. That could have happened leading up to it or something. Who knows?
Hey, wait a minute. You told me I could hammer that out.
No. All right, so with that, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. We really appreciate everything you guys do. We're really looking forward to this project, so please make sure your post notifications are on so this way you guys can keep up with the project here. It's going to be really fun doing it with my dad and everything like that, so that's probably going to have his hand in on it too on some stuff. Now, if you guys want to keep up on these builds, like this thing, my quad over there and whatnot, Make sure you guys are following us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook because we post there usually first before we post to YouTube. So make sure you guys are following over there if you have the social media and everything. So with that, we will have to catch you guys next time on Let Dirt Fly.
Have you forgotten?